I've made something like 60 documentaries around the world, from the Antarctica right through the Andes, and now in the Himalayas with Mike Ferris Wheels operation. And I have to say, this is one of the best trips I've ever done, thanks to Mike. His bikes want to settle back now and watch the film we made here in India.
The magnificent snow-clad peaks of the Himalaya are truly inspirational. Mount Everest is revered as the mother goddess of the earth, while pilgrims flock in huge numbers to several other sacred places, all of which we're about to visit. Mount Kailash in Tibet, Leh in Ladakh, and Gangotri, source of the holy river Ganges.
The Indians call it Ganga, the river Ganges, that most sacred of sacred rivers. And this is its source, directly below a melting glacier here, high in the Indian Himalaya.
Our expedition takes us along the length of the Indian Himalaya, from Gangotri up into Ladakh, Little Tibet, and its capital Leh, then across the world's highest road into Kashmir and the houseboat-studded lakes of Srinagar. The source of the Ganges is a place of religious fervour. Holy men like this sadhu will worship most of their year at Gangotri. This sadhu was once wealthy, but has given away all of his material wealth and now lives in a large cardboard box. Then there's this holy man, known as a Naga Sadhu. He's covered himself in ash, a symbol of the sacrifice and pain he undergoes in the quest for spiritual perfection. Right around Gangotri, the sounds of a Hindu service rallies pilgrims every morning. Thousands have travelled long distances from all over India for a holy dip in the Ganges. It's a very sacred cleansing, one the Hindus undergo every year as they strive to purify both their heart and body. One Western pilgrim I'm keen to catch up with is Mike Ferris. I'll be travelling with him from here in Gangotri across the roof of the world to Kashmir.
2,500 k's we'll do in the next 23, 24 days.
Now, this is a big safari, isn't it?
It is. It takes in a lot of aspects of India. We'll be seeing Hinduism, Muslim, Buddhist cultures, the whole lot. A lot of cultural experience up ahead.
Our transport will be two grand old Enfield motorbikes.
Are you ready, Greg? Let's go and do it.
They still make these 1950 design machines here in India, and we're about to find out what sturdy workhorses they are. Out of Gangotri, the Enfields will power us along some of the highest and roughest roads in the world.
Mike, I've got to say, this very first day is sensational as we follow the Ganges down through these very, very deep, steep gorges.
At these high altitudes, the Ganges is a river of pure fury as it plunges downstream in its run towards the Bay of Bengal. Heavy rains have caused frequent landslides. Accidents are common. Any wonder when you see just how tight the space is between passing vehicles. Other obstacles include sacred cows. They just won't budge for passing traffic. Road workers are a constant hazard. This gang includes a mother carrying her baby.
So you work with him?
To create that road fill, teams of villagers are employed to break up big rocks. Around every bend, India's vibrant culture is on display. The grass ladies. Holy men. The field workers. And the children. India now has almost 1 billion people, with population control near non-existent in these remote regions. But religion does play a big part in their lives. This Hindu woman has been possessed by a spirit, according to Rajen, who drives our support vehicle.
She had the spirit of Lord Shiva.
Now, Shiva is the Lord of Destruction.
Shiva is the Lord of Destruction, but destroys the evils on this earth, not everyone.
Well, she's certainly possessed.
Yes, and well, this continues for a few weeks or so as long the spirit of Shiva does not goes out, and she has to scream or cry like this only. And right now people, they touch their feet because she is like a living goddess for the rest of the people around this temple or in the village.
Our final destination on the Ganges is the holy pilgrimage town of Rishikesh. This is where the Beatles came to meet their guru.
Greg, this is Rishikesh we're coming into on the banks of the Ganges, one of the great Hindu pilgrimage destinations of India. And they have this wonderful prayer bathing ceremony every evening down on the waterfront. So let's go and have a look at that.
Certainly today there are plenty of Indians here to pay homage to the great Mother Ganga. We've arrived in time for a special ceremony held at sunset each day. pilgrims from all over India have gathered for a service known as Gangarata, worship of the river Ganges. As the light fades, priests begin lighting lamps. It's a moving ceremony, one that demonstrates just how significant the Ganges is to the Hindus. From the Ganges, we're travelling north, heading towards some remote and fascinating valleys in the Himalaya. Heavy rains have left many roads flooded. Crossing is a real hazard, as this truck driver discovers. Undeterred, other vehicles plough on, even this heavily overloaded motorised rickshaw. Then it's my turn. Later that day, in fading light, we enter a town that was once highly significant to the English.
Here's another milestone in this expedition. We've arrived at the beautiful hill station of Shimla. The British used to relocate their government up here during those very, very hot summery days back when they ruled.
Daybreak in Shimla sees us catching up with 7 other Enfield enthusiasts.